At least they get behind you.
Welcome back to Dumb Jocks. Mike and Mike here. Going to be doing the over-under win totals for the NFL season. Schedule came out
2.5 weeks ago, so with our fingers on the pulse of this.
I was going to say the amount of days. I thought I had the amount of days, but either way.
Every day is a place. Times are
I think I want to start with the NFC because,
all right,
no offense, weaker shit. Not as interesting to me, so I'd rather just get it going. You can pick the division if it makes you feel any better.
Let's start in the North.
All hail the North. I don't know if that's how it went.
I don't know what that was.
What, dude? That was isn't that like from what's that show, Game of Thrones?
Oh no, I don't watch it.
I never did either, dude. Don't worry. So that was a good one to reference because none of us saw it. I gotta figure out which one the North is. Okay. All right. Well, I want to know what you think about your Bears. You've been high on
Bears?
them. Yeah, you've been liking the Bears this offseason.
I did like what they did.
So I have the over-under 7.5.
I have the over-under also at 7.5.
Yeah, we should be pretty much on the same.
I know there was a couple looking through them.
I was going to say, I think it's just going to be that Cleveland one.
I do.
Way different. Regular season. All right. So, NFC North. So, of course, they're going to play the Packers twice, Vikings twice, and Lions twice.
Yep. AFC West, which is a tough division, they have Kansas City and the Chargers before they get out of October. Excuse me. A 7.5. I think I'd go under that here.
And that's exactly what I was just feeling with them.
I'm lower on. I'm higher on Green Bay than everybody else is. Tampa, we'll see what happens there. I'm higher on Denver than I was last year. Washington, Minnesota, kind of wait and see. Vegas, Saints, Panthers, Lions. The only game here I think I'd put money on them winning is Arizona.
Real hard call.
Yeah, it wasn't a tough call, but I don't. That's the only game here that I'm confident to say they should win.
Bears under 7.5. I'm going to write that down just so we can keep it going.
And when I change my opinions in 2 months, nobody can hold this against me.
We're still holding against you. Don't worry.
I'm going to hold it against me too.
So Bears under 7.5.
And now, Mike, your Detroit Lions.
Oh, yeah. Tell me their number. What's the number?
The number is 9 even.
9 even. So mine's 9.5. I think they can get double-digit wins. I'm double-checking right now, but I think they can do it.
I'm telling you, this is a tough start to the season, though. First 3 games at the Chiefs, Seahawks, Falcons. They win one of those games.
I think they have 10 to 11 wins on the schedule. I'm taking the over.
That, it gets easier. Green Bay is not easy, but I think Detroit is better. Carolina, Tampa, Baltimore, Vegas. This middle stretch of their schedule, they could easily run off probably 6 and 8.
I think that's where they're going to catch hot, just kind of like how they started catching hot last year. Like they're going to catch it. They might even catch it a little bit earlier this year. And
that's a tough end of the season, though. Dallas, Minnesota.
Yeah, I saw that too, and I was like,
a rough 3 weeks.
I was like, all right, that's 10 wins, hopefully before they get there. I think they get there with 9, and I think they have to win one of those 3 to get to their 10. They might have to win 2 of them though to make playoffs.
I think I'll say over here.
Yeah, we don't take down the Lions like that. Detroit. All right, which one do you want?
I'm still mad at Baker Mayfield for costing me that bet.
You could take your overhyped Packers.
My overhyped? I don't know how they're overhyped.
No, you said you like them more than other people.
Oh yeah, I'm higher on this team.
So 7.5.
7.5. I got to tell you, I could easily see them beating this.
Just say 7.5 seems
Chicago, Atlanta, New Orleans, Detroit, Vegas early. They could legitimately start the season 4-1. And I don't even think that's
I didn't know what the number was going to be, but that number was really low.
They have a brutal middle of the season, though.
Dude, they could be 5-0 going into their bye week. in week
Like
6.
they come out of that bye though. Denver, Minnesota, Rams. We'll see what happens with the Rams at Pittsburgh, Chargers at Detroit, and then Kansas City.
So I think their middle is going to be their
middle's going to
that's
be
what is that 7 through 13, and then they kind of drop off a little bit when they go to the Giants, Bucks, Panthers. And then they're back at it with 2 division games at the end of the season too, with 17 and 18 being at Minnesota, but then at least home versus the Bears. Oh, they got the switcheroo, huh? They play away. They play the Bears week 1 and week 18.
Yeah.
It's normally what I have to deal with doing with the Dolphins.
I know it's a cop out to say it's a push, but this team
can't be a push, dude. It's a half a win.
Yeah.
Ties don't count, dude. A tie is not a win. Do you think they're going to tie a game so they end up being under?
They're going to tie with the Giants, you know?
Is that where you're at? You're going under 7.5? Because the tie doesn't count as a win. The tie will be a loss in the win column.
But it's a half win, though, so shouldn't that count as a push?
No, it's not how gambling works, my good friend.
You're the gambler here, so I'll take your word for it. I'm going to say under, and I'm definitely prepared to be wrong on this one.
I saw 7.5, and I think over. Just that, like, how that organization's run, I don't see them not being able to get to 8. Like, they have 8, right? There's 18 weeks now, so there's 17 games.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right around 500. Like, I think that's right where they should be. 8 and 9. Like, I could see them getting there. As much as I don't know much about what's his name, I want to call him Bryce Love, but it's
Jordan
not.
Love.
I was like, the name I'm saying definitely ain't the right name. Is the one in my head. But now we got what? The Vikings.
The Minnesota Vikings.
Over in
the worst 13-win team I think I've ever seen last year.
That's possible, but like, I think the roster's fine. It's just a matter of they're not like a clutch team. Like, I can't even say they're not clutch because they won a bunch of fourth quarter one-score games.
No, that's the problem. Is the team was only clutch.
Okay, that's fair. Just not in the big moments.
Yeah.
What do you think their numbers at? Because
I believe I have it at 8.5.
You have Vikings 8.5.
Yeah.
I'm taking that over every day of the week. 8.5 wins.
I don't know.
I've already
gone under on 2 teams in this division, so somebody's going to be winning games. They have their first 2 months of the year, though, they could legitimately be out of it by November. Tampa, Philly, Chargers, Carolina, Kansas City, Chicago, San Francisco, Green Bay. We could be looking at this team as legitimately done.
I see them at 6-4 at week 10. What week were you looking at?
I'm just looking at end of. This doesn't have week numbers on it, but
that's why you're saying end of November. That's
and beginning of November, first 8 games, they could legitimately be out of it at that point. They could legitimately be 2-6 at that point.
They could be 2-6, but I don't think that puts them completely out of it. Like 2-6, and then you're facing Falcons, Saints. We'll see with the Broncos. You have the Bears, then you get your bye, Vegas. I know lost to the Bengals.
That'd be a Hail Mary stretch.
I think what's really good. This division is going to be really hot. Week 17,
it's going to come down to
Lions, Vikings. It's going to be great. Lions, Vikings is going to be some great games for 2 of the last 3 weeks. Those are going to be some phenomenal games. Oh, that's going to be
8.5. I'm going to go under.
Oh, dude, you just think everyone's going to lose.
I'm tempted to switch my Packers pick to over, though.
Yeah,
I'll take over on the Packers.
All right, what division is next? We keep moving.
Never eat soggy waffles. Let's go to the East.
So I was going to say, but I don't know how the fuck you just got there, but I'm not questioning it.
I don't know how I get most things I do.
That just blew my. I just don't even want to. I don't even want to like associate.
Just
with
drop it.
All right, dude. Well, they win week 1.
Which team we talking about here?
Oh, sorry, Commanders.
Oh, I pulled up the Cowboys schedule.
No, but Commanders face Cardinals week 1, so I go, oh, that's a win. Let's see what their actual over-under is.
I think it's 6.5, if I'm remembering correctly. 7.5.
Look at Washington's a W. 6.5. You have them at 7.5?
7.5, yeah.
All right, we'll go with the 7.5. I have them at 6.5 at -110 apiece, but let's see what I got.
I have them at 7.5 plus 115 under, plus 115 over, and then minus 135 under.
I have them. I think they're going to go right around 500. 5, 6. Oh shit! I didn't realize how hard the back end of their schedule is.
Yeah, that's what's killing me. I have them winning. I have them leaving November 5-5, and then that back end of that schedule is like, brutal.
5 and 5. They need to get to 7, or they need to get under 7.5. If your number is 7.5, it's under 7.5. Yeah. 6.5, I'm trying to debate on.
I'm going under 7.
Oh yeah, sure. No, under 17. I think we're doing 6.5.
6.5.
I think that's the one we need to do because that's the one that's like the actual number. Because that 7.5 way too easy. 6.5. I'm going over. They always surprise me.
I believe in Sam Howell. I believe in this head coach. I'm going to take the over.
I thought you were going to end that, but I'll take the under. It just felt like how it would have been an
anticlimactic.
That's why I felt like that's where I was going.
I was just trolling everybody.
All right, what about the Super Bowl losing Philadelphia Eagles? I got them at 10.5, so they got to get 11 wins.
10.5. That's probably the highest over/under in the league.
It probably will be.
Them in Kansas City and Cincinnati all at 11.5.
I have it at 10.5. It's 11 wins.
Oh.
There's no way I'm ever betting someone to have 12 wins.
Okay.
But they do open up here. Brady game at Gillette.
I just want you to know that means absolutely nothing to me.
It means absolutely nothing to most people.
Okay.
But I had to get it out there.
That's another team. Okay, wow. Schedule makers hated the Eagles. In November, they have Cowboys bye at Kansas City, Buffalo, San Francisco, and then at Dallas heading into December.
So
that's a brutal stretch of
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm getting 12 wins.
3, 4.
I basically have them. Just losing
6,
that stretch.
7. I have 8 games I'm confident they're going to win, and then 9 games I'm going back and forth on. But I think they're going to win at least 3 of those.
So you got 11 wins?
Oh, I was going off 10.5. That's my number.
10.5 is the number. 10.5. So
10.5
11
over.
Wins.
Over.
And when I'm talking to you, I'm not talking about half a game. When I say 11, I mean, all right, you have 11 wins because that's your winner. I have them at over 2. Let's save America's team for last, and we'll go to the mighty Giants. The mighty Giants.
The football Giants.
7.5.
That's lower than I was thinking this was going to be. I have it at 8.5.
I think I'm still taking a fucking under. We'll find out right now. 1, 2, 3 to the 4. So what do they got?
I have 4 games I'm confident they're going to win. 3 games I'm confident they're going to lose. And then I'm going back and forth on 10 games. We're going on you at 7.5?
7.5. I think it's the under.
I'm going to take
taking
over.
the under. All right.
I think they win 8 games.
It's only our second one that we're opposites on, so keep moving. Now, America's mighty team, the Dallas Cowboys. Oh, there they are. They are at 9.5 for their over-unders. They need double-digit wins. I'm just instinctively ready to say no.
I just always kind of say under on a team like that.
6, 7.
I have 4 games I'm confident this team's going to win.
Fuck.
And I have 4 games I'm confident they're going to
I'm
lose.
taking the over.
So I'm going back and forth on it.
I think they're right at 10.
I'm going to go under.
That's fair.
I think they go 9-8.
It wouldn't surprise me. I just went through it, though, and I just good look, and I go, damn. I really feel like they got 10 wins on there.
To me, what really kills them is that stretch end of November into December, Seattle, Philly, Buffalo, Miami. To me, that 4-week stretch kind of kills them.
I hear you. I think, like, they find a way to shoot themselves in the foot at some point every freaking year. Like, I can't even, like, try to, like, really negotiate it. They just find a way. We're on to a team with a brand new quarterback.
That could be multiple teams in this division.
Well, at least you got the division right. They're red. That narrowed down? Only a little bit?
I'm thinking it's the Phillies.
Ah, damn it.
The Buccaneers. Who's playing quarterback? Do we know? Is it Kyle Trask? Is it Baker Mayfield?
I think it's Baker. I don't see. I don't know anything. OTA's just started, so they don't even know yet.
I'm sure they know who's going to start. This is a tough team to bet on because I believe in their roster more than most. But I might believe in their quarterback situation the least of anybody in the league.
Oh, easily. And what's the number we're looking at? Where are you? There you are. 6.5. 6.5 wins.
That seems low.
Does seem low.
2,
What? You think
3.
they would win?
I've already got 4 games I'm confident they're going to win. I'm going to go over.
I think that's so low that I want to go over too, but it's also, that's freaking gambling. They have it at minus 128 for the under and plus 104 for the over, which I think is crazy. 6.5 over. Wild. I'm in disbelief.
I can't believe they gave the Bucs
all of those
low.
numbers.
Yeah, that's.
They didn't even sell the farm. They just got rid of a guy.
There were more players that left. They lost both starting corners and a starting safety, and the Devin White situation's a little bit up in the air right now if he's going to be there next season.
It didn't feel like they blew it up that hard. I feel like that looks like it seems like they're on the Cardinals level. I can't wait to see that line.
Over under of 0. I might not bet on that
one. So Panthers are at 7.5.
That one's
number 1 overall pick. Do you think he gets 8 wins his first season?
I don't know I don't know at what point he's going to start. I think Andy Dalton will start for them week 1 so they can put Bryce Young in and get that excitement.
Dude, I want to get rid of Andy Dalton out of the league for me, please.
I don't disagree with you.
I just don't want any more Andy Dalton. I don't need any more of that in my life. I've just been done with him. I don't need it. I don't need that anymore.
I'm gonna go under 7.5.
I'm going under 7.
I don't see what 8 games they're winning here.
I see like 5 on a good year.
Like I'm confident. like I'm going through it. I could see them beating. I could see them splitting with Atlanta and New Orleans. All right. I don't think they'd beat Seattle. I don't think they'd beat Minnesota. I don't think they're going to beat Detroit. I don't think they'll beat Miami. I'm confident they'll beat Houston, Indianapolis. Chicago, probably a coin flip. They're not going to beat Dallas. They're not going to beat.
You don't
Titans.
think so? You think they lose 2 to the Bucks?
I think they get swept by Tampa.
Okay. I was just curious to.
I don't see what 8 games they're winning here. And I like Bryce Young. I like a lot of players on this team. But I don't see 8 games on the schedule that they're going to win.
I don't see 8 games either. That one, the number quite. I looked at that number and went, damn, I don't see those wins. Derek Carr and the New Orleans Saints. What's their number? I didn't write it down. Where are you?
Their number is 9.5. That's awfully high.
9.5.
That is a not terrible start to the year, though. Tennessee, Carolina.
I just hear that number and I go, it's under. There's no way they have 10 wins on that schedule. There's 0 chance.
I have 3 games I think they'd win. I have 5 games I think they're going to lose. So that leaves 9
I have them
games.
actually at 8. I didn't realize I was going to be that close. 9.5 just seemed crazy, so I just went under. And then when I actually just did it, I end up at 8. Win, loss,
7.
loss. Some other ones in there.
I end up at 8.
Yeah.
But I think between the Rams and one of the Buccaneers games, a coin flip, they could end up at 9.
Right, we're trying to get to 10. 9.5.
I got to go under.
So it's an under. It's an under time. What's our next one? The Atlanta Falcons.
Mike.
8.5.
John can be my witness to this when he's here tomorrow. Last year at around this time, I got a gut feeling about the Lions.
Oh, dude, I've had this gut feeling for the Falcons since they made the draft pick, dude. It's been great. Me and my friend have been hyped about the Falcons. I can't wait.
This time, I just got a gut feeling about the Lions. I'm getting that same feeling about Atlanta this year.
Falcons are probably going to win that division.
I would not bet against that. 7.5 wins. I already know I'm going to take this over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I'm right at 10. That's a division.
I'm already at 8.
I got to 10 by the end of the schedule, which I think wins that division.
I'm an 8.
I think 10 wins is a division-winning team, and I think it's going to be the Falcons.
I'm taking over on this team. I'm already at 8 wins. I didn't even look at their December games yet.
All right, dude. All right, let's go with the lowest team. Do you win a game?
Oh, the lowest number?
Oh, yeah.
I believe it's the Cardinals.
Yeah, that's what we're looking at. It's the next team.
Okay.
Stay with the Redbirds. All right, dude. What do we think the number's at?
I have
4.5. Oh, I'm going 4.5.
Yeah, 4.5. 4.5 is a tougher number to work with.
I'm still taking the under. No doubt in my mind. I have them at literally. I don't. 5 wins isn't that hard, but I don't see it. I don't see what 5 teams roll over and die for you and give you a win. That's what they're going to be looking for. No. 1, 2. Then they split.
I have them at 4.
Yeah, that's 4.
I don't know if I can give them a coin flip over anybody, though.
Well, that's the thing. I think it's either they win or they lose.
I
don't think they're the team where it's you might be able to pull out that win.
I look at maybe Cleveland or Pittsburgh, flip a coin. They could win one of those games.
You think you lose to the Cardinals?
Steelers lose games they're not supposed to all the time.
Oh, I'll laugh at you.
That's a different. I would.
What
cry.
week is that? I'm gonna make fun of you.
December 3rd.
Oh, that might hurt.
Why would that hurt?
I don't know, dude. It might hurt like December 3rd. You're like playoff push. It might just hurt. That loss might be a hurtful loss.
Although knowing Steelers history, they're either going to already have a spot clinched or already be eliminated by that point.
Why you don't think you're going to do what they did last year and just
kind of
barely be there the whole time and just be like, oh yeah, they could do it.
Start 2-7 and then just kind of hang around for a while. I gotta go under.
Yeah, hard to see them picking up wins that they shouldn't have. One of the questionable teams on that in that division, the LA Rams.
I had them splitting with the Rams just because I don't think the Rams are that team that's going to go out and just beat everybody that they're supposed to beat. I think they are a team that's going to drop a few games they shouldn't.
Well, now they got to win 6.5, so they got to win 7 games.
The Rams? You have the Rams at 6.5?
Yeah, why would you have them at?
I have them at 8.5.
You have them at 8.5.
6.5 definitely sounds more realistic, though.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck them. 8.5, I'm taking the under all day. No doubt they're going to lose games they're not supposed to lose.
That month of September is brutal for them. Seahawks, Niners, Bengals. Jesus.
8 wins?
I
don't trust that.
I have 5 games I'm confident they're going to win, and 3 I'm confident they're going to lose.
That just puts you halfway. 6.5, so they need 7 wins.
I'm going to go over.
I think I'm going over 2, and
I believe in Matthew Stafford too much.
Okay. Mine doesn't have much to do with it. The teams they play and how they play them, it just feels like there's a good amount of wins built into that schedule. Seahawks. No John when we need him. 8.5, so they got to get to 9. Can Geno Smith repeat and take Seattle back to the playoffs?
Just looking at this schedule, no.
No.
This is an absolutely brutal schedule. They have a 6-week stretch here from November to December. They might legitimately go 0-6.
Yep, I'm looking at that section now.
That is brutal. Ravens, Commanders, Rams, Niners, Cowboys, Niners, Eagles. And then as a reward, they get to go to the Titans, who are not just going to roll over and die.
I should have done the 49ers before them.
I'm going to go under on Seattle.
I think I'm taking the under 2, but I have them at 8, which is the line. But I'm very close that they could be over that number. I want them to be over that number, actually. All right, what's our number for the San Francisco 49ers? 11.5.
11. It is always tough to say a team's going to win 12 games. That's always tough.
I was going to say, that's 12. What was the Eagles? The Eagles was set at 10.5, so they're technically projected to win the NFC.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 games I'm confident they're going to win, and I have 0 games I'm confident they're going to lose.
I'm taking the over.
I think they win 5 of their other 10.
I'm taking the over.
I'm going to go under.
Going through that schedule, I feel like they can get 11 wins. They can get their 12 wins.
I do too, but I think it's tough to project 12 wins.
No, I think it's tough, but also I think somebody has to do it in the NFC. So I don't see why it's not the 49ers just rolling over all their competition there. I have them losing the AFC games versus like the Bengals, the Jags, and like they still kind of easily get up to 12.
Yeah.
Which like blows my mind. Because they look so much further above and ahead everybody else. Where do you want to start in the AFC on the other side? I didn't know if you wanted to go with your same type of thing, if you want to try to work backwards and we can work our way back towards the north.
You pick the division. I'll pick the team.
Oh, start with the South. Get that one out of the way.
All right, let's start with the Colts. This will be real easy.
I was like,
let's get the easy one out of the way.
This out. Yeah, get this out of my way so when I go on my tangents, I don't feel as bad. Which team are we looking at? Indianapolis is the Colts. Right now. So 6.5. 6.5
under.
Yeah, I bet it's under 2. I haven't even looked at the schedule yet. There's no way it's not under. Which team would you like to do next?
Jaguars.
Or if you want to talk about it, I don't know. But I think they beat the Texans. Sorry, that was about the Colts. I saw them, and I was like, oh, I bet they beat that team. Probably won't.
These two teams are going to play the 2 ties.
Would that didn't they almost do that one year? The Texans and JV Jags?
Probably.
So there was one year they tied the first game. They almost tied the second game.
That was it was last year. It was Washington and the Giants.
Yes.
They tied one game, and then they went to like the last final 2 minutes of overtime. The second game.
It's like that's to me that's hilarious.
All right, the Jaguars number is 9.5, Mike.
9, 5, 6, 2, 7,
3,
8,
4, 5, 6,
10,
7,
11, 12. I have them over that number. Would you have a 9.5?
I'm also going to go over.
Jacksonville Jaguars 9.5. Definitely, I think they're a double digit win team. So I'm not gonna complain. Texans
5.5 is the number.
Good, because mine's 6.5, and that's way too high. Oh,
5.5.
I think it's an under. I think it's gonna be between them and
I think I'm leaning over.
Cardinals. Let's see who loses it. 1, 2, 3.
I'm gonna go over 5.5.
5. Shit, I think I have 6. I have 6 to 7 on here.
I had 7 to 8, so
I didn't even look at the final 2 weeks. So I'm at 6 to 7. I haven't even looked at the final 2 weeks yet. So yeah, Texans over 5.5. That means it looks like the Colts might be the worst team in that division.
That's not surprising. Tennessee at 7.5 or
7.5. Yeah.
Are people this dumb? This team is not going to roll over and die. They were going to do that. They would have done it 2 years ago when their quarterback got hurt and the best player on the team got hurt.
So you think they win more than half their games?
Yeah.
That's what you're already telling me.
Yeah. I haven't even looked at the schedule yet. This team is not going to roll over and die and be picking in the top 5 next year like I've seen them projected. I already got 6 games. I think they're going to win. I'm taking over 7.5.
I'm taking over 7.5. I got to about 9. I was looking at 8 or 9 wins, which they're at 7.5. Definitely the over. So Colts, Jags, Texans, Titans. We'll go to the one neither of us are in.
Go to the West.
We'll start with the big boys.
The Super Bowl champion, Kansas City Royals.
Yeah.
Check and see if you're paying attention.
Super Bowl champion, Kansas City Royals.
It was a test you passed.
11.5 is what they want you to get to. 11.5. Damn. It's on the 12-win schedule, apparently. Let's find out.
I have 8 games I'm confident this team will win. And then kind of coin flip 9.
I'm going to go with the under at 11.5. I'm getting them at about 11 or 12, and I just don't think I've seen it before. You've just been on so many playoff runs for consecutive years. You just don't get the whole winning seat. Like
I'm gonna go
12 wins is a lot.
I'm gonna say they drop a game in these first 5 weeks that they shouldn't, and that's what cost them. I'm gonna say under 11.5.
Yeah, I think just based off of all the time they've been through right now, definitely. Let's go to number 2 in the division, or the other playoff team.
I was gonna say the other team that made the playoffs. Let's just talk about what happened when they got there, though.
Why, Mike? What happened when they got there?
they did a Chargers.
They played like the Chargers.
They did a Charger 9.5.
No, I was about to say, damn, they want them to be a double-digit win team.
I would say
too.
that 8.5 would be like the perfect number for them.
That may mean you're leaning towards the under.
Yeah. I'm going under. Pains me to say it. I love Justin Herbert.
What's the number? 9.5. I'm taking the over. You can have the under, but I kind of.
I don't see 10 wins.
I don't like. They're gonna blow it for me, but I see them being able to get 11 wins. Oh, but it is the Chargers. Oh, I'm gonna go with under because it's the Chargers. They're gonna find a way.
This opening stretch are all teams that I think could beat them. Then you got a couple weeks later, you have Dallas and Kansas City back to back. Then you have Jets, Lions back to back, Ravens, Patriots back to back. I just don't see 10 wins on the schedule.
I know they'll find a way to not win games. I get it.
It pains me to say it.
What about the hot ticket in the United States of the Las Vegas Raiders? Where are they at? They have 6.5. You're taking the under, no doubt.
I have the number at 7.5, which I would definitely take the under on.
See, that's why I use my gambling number.
I'm going under. Just looking at this schedule, I mean, they open up. Denver's clearly better than them to me. Buffalo's clearly better. The Chargers are clearly better. The Packers are clearly better. That right there is 5 of their first 6 games.
I have them at 4 wins. I guess I'm an under guy too. Pains me to say that one. I like the Raiders. All right, what about the Broncos? What number do you think they're at, dude?
I have them at 8.5. Jesus. I thought I was high on this team.
Denver. 8.5, yes, sir.
I thought I was high on this team, but I don't think I could say they're going to go over 500.
I'm going to say, yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 games I'm comfortable saying they're going to lose.
I have about 7 games.
So can they go 8?
Comfortable saying they have.
Can they go 8-2 or better in those other games? Under.
No.
Under. I do expect a bounce back from Russell Wilson and the Broncos, but I don't see 10 wins, or I don't see 9 wins.
Basically double digits.
Yeah.
All right. Can we do you first?
All right. AFC North.
All right. You can tell me the team.
Let's go with the Browns.
Whoa. Cleveland.
This
9.5, my ass.
This does seem to be a team that everybody either loves or hates going into the season, and I don't really know why. Like either you think
Probably the Deshaun
either,
Watson.
either you
factor.
think they're going to win the Super Bowl or you think they're going to win 3 games.
No.
I haven't seen any in between.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 wins. Under.
I see 6 games I'm confident they're going to win. That is a brutal other 11 games, though.
No, I hit the under 100%. 9.5.
I have them at
Like
8.5.
as crazy as I say it too. Even 8.5, I guess I am debating a little bit more.
All right, are we going with 9.5?
Is 9.5 definitely an under?
9.5 is definitely an under.
Then no, we'll do 8.5.
Okay.
Do the harder number. Because even the odds on this one was crazy on my book.
I'm gonna go under still.
I think I'm still going under too, but I just can't. Like, I guess it just depends if you think they're making playoffs. If you think they're making playoffs, they're a 9-10 win team. If you don't, they're not.
I don't think it's crazy to say this division is going to send 3 teams to the playoffs. Between them and Pittsburgh, I just don't know who the third team is.
That's fair. That's fair. Well, I'll go with the Cincinnati Bengals at 11.5 themselves, looking to get to a 12-win season. And like we were saying before, it's kind of hard to get
Kind
all
of tough
that.
to project
That's
12
a
wins.
lot of wins that you got to find out. Not drop anything. Oh, they can start really hot.
I think this team could start. Right now. I was just looking. I was like, man, this team could go
damn,
into
if they
the
start
bye.
off that hot,
I was like, man, this team might go in. They might go into their week 7 by 6-0.
like 6
and then they
and
come
then
out-
the 49ers.
Then they come out Niners Bills.
Holy shit.
Even to say they go into the bye 6-0, it is tough to say they're going to win 6 games after that. That's a
I'm
tough.
taking the under because they can get 10. I think they get 10 in their sleep, and then it depends if they can squeak out 2 more wins.
Because of those 11 games after their bye, I think 8 of them they face a team that could beat them.
I think, like you're right where I'm at. That puts you at 9. Do you think they win the coin flips, and that's the team that wins coin flips?
We have different numbers. What are we going with?
11.5. Why would you have?
Oh, I thought we had different numbers. I'm going to go under.
Yeah, that's what I have. Nah, what would you? I'll save your best for last. Baltimore Ravens. Lamar is
Ooh.
back.
He didn't leave.
Yeah.
I guess he's just not hurt.
Well, I mean, like, he was close to being like he was leaving.
That's true.
It felt pretty close that he wasn't going to be there anymore. So how many wins do these Baltimore Ravens need to find? They need to find 10.5. So
I have
11 wins.
I have them at 8.5.
You have them at 8.5?
You have them at 11.5?
10.5. So 11 total wins.
That's, to me, that's a definite under.
Okay, so we'll do 9. We'll meet you in the middle. I'll see where I'm at, but I was gonna say 10 seems a little high.
2, 3, 4.
I'm taking their over.
I think I'm going to go under again.
I think they're a double-digit win team.
I think the problem you're going to run into in this division is all the teams are kind of so close together that no team's able to go 5-1 in the division.
Oh yeah,
And
no,
really
I think they
build up that
split
record.
everything. I think everything gets split. I just feel like it seems like the what divisions are you playing this year? It's Tex and Titans, so you play in the AFC South and the NFC West, which I feel like has a couple wins built in there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When I look at that, there's literally 2 teams where you're like, it's pretty much a win. Steelers, I got it at 8.5.
I have them at 8.5 as well.
Ooh, what numbers match up? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Two.
I have them like right on the line.
I have them at 8 wins.
You have them at 8. I have them at 8 with the possibility of a 9.
I think 9, but I think it hinges on the Green Bay game or the New England game.
Did you go under 500 last year?
No, they were 9-8 last year.
Oh shit! I have to take the over.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I'm not betting
if any
against Mike
coach-
Tomlin
if
like
any
that.
coaches earn the coin
Like when I'm
flip-
really sitting here looking at the number, thinking, "Are you above or below 500?" I have to sit here and go, "They're above 500." Like I can't tell you that you're below 500. You're above 500.
If there was a year to bottom out, it was last year.
I think
I'm gonna go 9-8 on the slight over.
You just need the one extra win. But it also screws you if it's the one extra loss. All right, let's go to the big boy in the AFC East.
Let's start with your team, Mike.
Nah, nope.
Let's start with your team, Mike.
Why can't we finish with my
We're
team?
gonna start with your team, Mike.
Why? Because I'm going to lose my shit over my team.
We're gonna start with your team.
All right, dude. I don't even need to look at that. I just need to look at my list. I have this all saved. I've done my division work. It's the only division I've completed. I
2,
I have
4,
all these 4 teams. I'm going to tell you
5,
right now. I have the over.
6. I got 6 games. I'm confident the Patriots are gonna win. The
Oh,
other
me too,
11 are
Patriots,
coin
I forgot.
flips.
Loss, win.
All right, I got 6 games. I'm confident they're gonna win. The over under is 7.5. Give me the over.
What's the number?
My number is 7.5.
7.5. Yeah, I'll definitely have the over. Definitely have the over. Pats 7.5 over. All right, I guess you can tell me the next team now.
The Miami Dolphins,
Dolphins.
whose number is 9.5. I'm probably going to take the under here.
I have the over. Might change, but as of where I sit today, I do have the over 9.5.
I'm going to take under on Miami. Now the 2 big boys in this division.
Big boy's my ass. There's only one big boy in the division.
The
Don't
two-
try to fuck with me like that.
The 2
The other one
perceived
sucks.
big boys.
Will always suck and has always sucked.
The perceived big boys in this division. I don't think Mike realizes I'm definitely on his side on one of these 2 teams.
10.5.
For which one?
The actual team,
Buffalo.
not the
Gotcha.
fake ones. Yeah, I'm glad you know what I'm talking about when I say it like that. Because I don't give you this.
You know what I
They don't
think?
get the
You know what I think
satisfaction.
mostly the same way here. I think I'm at 10.
All I know is it's kind of my unofficial one because I have them over, but I haven't been able to refine it.
I'm going to take
To
over
make it look
10.5
nice.
too.
You're
And
gonna
then
take the over 9.
Give me the over.
Okay.
And then you have the Jets at 9.5 wins.
I know what you want.
I tell you what, we're going to find out what this Jets team is very quickly.
Oh yeah.
They could come out of the gates 1-5.
And then all they have to do is win 9 straight.
I'm taking the under.
I have the over.
They come out.
I like if
Have
I
you
was
seen
betting
the
it, I would
schedule?
take the yes. And if I have win, loss, bye, win, win, loss, win, 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 loss, win, loss, loss. 10-7. That's why if I was gambling this, I would take the under. But if I go off of what I took as my schedule for the Jets and my picks, I end up at 10, which I'm going to take the over and say that this whole I have them at 10-7 being the worst team in the division.
I don't know how that happens.
We'll get to that one week. It might change, but that's what I have down at the moment.
Give me the under. That beginning is brutal. I think this team could legitimately start 1-5, come out of their bye, and then it tailspins quickly from there.
Sounds good to me. So now, who do you think wins the AFC? You have the Jags over 9.5, so they have at least 10 wins. We have the Bills at 10.5 with over, which is at least 11 wins. But then we have the Bengals and Chiefs under 11.5, which is at most 11 wins.
No, it's a cop-out. It's a cop-out to say Kansas City, so I won't do that.
No, like I could see Kansas
I'm
City
gonna
because that
go.
just means you think the Chiefs kind of sweep the Bengals and Bills to get the tiebreakers.
That's what I mean. Like, it depends on the tiebreakers.
That's what it's going to come down to.
Whichever one of those three doesn't have to face both of the other two.
I think all three of them play each other.
They'll face each other, but I mean, whoever doesn't run into both teams back to back in the playoffs.
Oh, okay. Well, so I kind of think that ends up really being whoever your one seed is. I think in the AFC, the one seed is the most important seed.
I'm going to take the Bills.
If you get the one seed in the AFC, you get your bye.
I picked them last year.
The Bengals and Chiefs and Jags all have to play a wild card week, and then the highest seed out of that gets to play. Well, so more likely than not, the Chiefs Bengals would end up playing each other if they win. Jags would end up playing the Bills, and now it's whoever wins the Chiefs Bengals plays the Bills, which is I think why your one seed's so important because you don't play anybody until the championship game.
I picked them last year. I'm gonna take the Bills.
I don't mind that one. Now, do you think the 49ers outclass the Eagles and take the one seed on that side? Because that's the only other team that has a chance. And you have the Eagles at over 10.5, but you have the 49ers at under 11.5.
I'm gonna say the Eagles win just because I don't know how much I trust San Francisco in big games,
That's
even
fair.
playoff runs.
Okay. I think I have the 49ers being the one seed, and I think that drastically helps them for what normally happens to their dumbass. Welcome to Dumb Jocks. I hope you followed along and got your over and under numbers as well while we were going. We will have to refine it and give you guys an actual output of how the seasons are going to look for each and every team.
These numbers are all going to change for me about 12 times before the season starts. Just know that.
Yeah, we'll get the good input by training camp and the end of August before the season kicks off. Otherwise, join us again throughout the week for some more. We're going to be doing MLB soon. Get the MLB action going.
The Yankees were stealing signs? No, they weren't. People are stupid.
I appreciate having you. I hope you appreciated me.